That reminds me of like if you do like investing stuff, I think it's something like 97% of retail investors lose money. Like it's some absurdly high number. Like you'd think even statistically speaking it would be impossible, you know?
Yeah.
There's some huge amount of money. Mutual funds don't do as well as the S&P 500 as a rule of thumb. Something like 85% of them underperform the S&P 500.
Hedge funds generally, yeah. Well, there was that famous bet that Warren Buffett made. Was it like 5 or 10 years ago? It was a long time ago, but he had bet that like he bet any hedge fund or whatever, I think, that nobody could outperform the market in general, and not a single person was able to do it. So yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And that just goes to show you, like, the best in the world, the people who
study it,
who it's their bread and butter. So like, what chance does any like retail consumer have? Like what chance do you and I have when we're just like, this is our like popcorn thing. This is some sort of hobby that we spend our like evenings.
Apes together strong, I guess.
Yeah, apes together. Well, that ain't investing. That's well, there's a word for that.
I mean, a lot of people, you know, made out like bandits from the GameStop thing.
They made out like literal bandits from the.
Well, no, I don't even think that's way over. Most people lost their ass on that and are still losing their ass on that. The idea that like all of these retail investors made a ton of money, that's not true. Most people got completely fucked and are still actively getting fucked. I'm sure there were a couple that made out well, but I mean, that's true of like every major movement on any stock, right?
Yeah, for sure. But most people get fucked. And like it's interesting, like following crypto Twitter and like crypto accounts and things. Like, I'm like, I don't trust any of them because it's like, okay, this person is pumping some bullshit meme stock right now to 250,000 followers. So they own a good bit of this. They bought it at an even lower price point, and they're going to dump as soon as it gets anything. And like, and of course they're like, diamond hands, sell.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's like, I don't trust any of you.
Destiny, I can't agree that most people lost money on GameStop.
They absolutely did. Of course they did, yeah.
Oh, of course they did. Yes, you take a stock that goes from 18 to 258 and you'll find tons of losers in there. No.
Yeah, but you have to keep in mind, in order for the stock to get up there, people bought it all the way up.
It's at 258. Like they're
Yeah, but like first of all,
it's at 258
but like in order to
right now.
Sure. But like people are buying and selling the whole way there, right? Like in general, like retail investors are not this like coordinated group of people that are doing well.
Like one of the real nincompoops who like bought at
320 or whatever the fuck, or sorry, what were you saying?
You'd have to like buy at 10 and then sell at 8 and then rebuy at 9 and then you'd have to be like,
yeah, but that's what people do,
every
right?
Time it peaked and then selling every time it dipped, like a complete idiot.
People do it with crypto and shit all the time too, right? Like people will buy people will buy something at 200, they'll see it go to like 210, 220, then it'll drop to 180 and they'll sell, and then they see it go up to like 250, 260, and they'll buy it and it'll get to like 300. And then it'll drop like 220, like fuck, and then they sell it. Yeah, people do that shit all the time.
Crypto basically goes from 1 penny to 65 pennies. Yes, it is possible to mistime that along the way, but the idea that most people lost their shirts on it, I mean, it seems like the shorts lost their shirts on it.
I mean, there are some shorts that did. I mean, the main winners in all of that were other hedge funds that were betting the entire time. You can see that there are like so many funds and everything that were managing like multiple trillions of dollars that had like huge positions open in GME and everything, and these are the people that made like all of the money there. Retail investors don't have enough capital, and they're not coordinated enough to make as much money as they like to believe sometimes. I mean, there are sites that publish like all the positions that the big hedges have, and you can see like the people, and you can even read stories of like the massive pensions and shit that made, you know, hundreds of millions or tens of millions sometimes on their positions for the GME stuff. But
yeah, I don't know. Everyone I know made money on it. And everyone I know is like, if I had sold at this super perfect peak, I would have made more. But just a stock that, how much did it fucking go up? From 18 to 258? Someone math.
Something, yeah. I think it's hovering around 250 right now.
I'm looking at it. You know, it went up 20 sometimes. Like, yeah, but that makes people money. AMC, same thing. Now, if they hold it and wait, they might lose. But it's hard to lose money on a stock going up unless you're betting that it goes down.
I mean, people do options. People try to short it again. People do a lot of dumb shit when it goes to trading.
I thought shorting it again was the move, and instead,
yeah, go ahead.
I thought shorting it was the move. I still think shorting it's the move, but I'm the exact kind of thought process they're trying to squeeze. You know, people who think this company's going to die, people who think this company sucks, and that someday it will return to its fundamental, like, justified price, I'll call it. And I don't know. I'm staying away from GameStop. I'm not shorting it, even though I think there's money to be made. There's money to be lost too. Clearly, I would have lost.
Yeah, shorting it is like correct in that it will go down, but the question is when, right? Because if you start shorting it, if too many people are shorting it and people think that it can go up or down, right? Because you're not really like, because in our current society, everything is valued based on what somebody's willing to pay for it. And stocks aren't an exception, right? There's going to be some floor to a company where it's like, if you liquidate all the assets, how much money is left over. But other than that, like basically the ceiling is the limit, right? And GameStop has been trading over its fundamental value for a while now, right? Like that company is not worth $250 a share.
Early in the day, Taylor was like, I'm going to learn about crypto. And okay, first of all, don't take my advice on crypto. There are some people who value my advice on investing. With regards to crypto, don't. You've been warned. But in my head, I'm like, there's nothing to learn. It's all trendy. Is it like if people talk about which blockchain technologies are somehow better than the other? Dude, it
cares.
That's
Yeah,
not what's driving
it's all
prices. It's
people speculating.
Bullshit.
Yeah, people speculating, trying to fuck over other people that are speculating. That's all that any of these cryptos are.
The more I read about cryptocurrencies, like the more I'm like, I feel like people are just trying to fool me into getting me to buy a ton of something and being like, oh, it's only at 50 cents right now, buy a ton. And then like you'll see other people being like, well, the plan is to get it to 53 cents and then sell and it's like, okay, so I'm at the top of this potential. Like,
I'm not saying you can't make money in crypto. People are making money in crypto. They're also losing it. I'm just saying that the idea that like this is a better blockchain or these things go quicker or what, dude, it's just tulips. It's just tulips. There's no value in these things. There's, and I get someone out there is like, what value is there in cash? I hear you, bro, but.
Well, cash it's backed by the United States government. You can pay taxes on it. Cash is very valuable. I hate it when people compare crypto to fucking cash. Like when there's a government that starts accepting cryptocurrency. What? It's not a fit because USD is the only thing that you can pay taxes to the US government in, and it's backed by the full strength and security of the US economy. Cryptocurrencies it's just a speculation vehicle, right?
I didn't hear anything that makes cash actually worth something. Cash is
because
worth
the US government says it's worth something.
Burning it. Like it doesn't have any utility. It's worth something because people say it's worth something, just like crypto.
Well, but that's so incredibly arbitrary.
Cash is too, though. Like it.
But it's what about water?
I've never heard the argument because you can pay taxes with it. Cash is worth more.
Why? That's why cash is worth something. It's backed by the U.S. economy.
Because you can pay taxes with it.
Yeah, it's valuable.
Crypto's valuable because you can buy all kinds of things with it. You can buy drugs on the internet with crypto. Huh?
I'm just saying crypto. Yeah, and crypto has its value because that's what other people are willing to buy and sell stuff with it. But I'm just saying it's weird because people will say something like cash has no inherent value, not like gold or silver. It's like, well, what the fuck are you gonna do with gold and silver? That's valueless as well. And then someone was like, well, you can make circuit boards with like gold. I'm like, no, come on, you're not right. Like technically at the end of the day, if you're really technical, everything is only worth value because people say it is, right? Even water, people buy and sell for certain price points. But I mean, I don't know. I think that currencies that are backed by federal governments and central banks have like some value because they are backed by said governments and banks.
Okay, boomer. See?
Yeah.
I think Taylor kind of nailed it when he's like, it's just all trying to find someone else who thinks it's worth more than you do.
Basically, yeah.
To me, there is a parallel. Like you could make that cash argument. The argument I don't like is, Ethereum transacts faster than Bitcoin. That's why it's going to be the big one down the road. Or fuck you. No. If it wins some arbitrary popularity contest, I don't think it's based on tech.
Maybe, yeah. The real argument against like all of the kids, and they always get mad when you bring this up, but like for people that truly want these things to be adopted as actual currencies, which I thought cryptocurrencies were supposed to be, right. You shouldn't be championing them every single time the price surges in value over and over and over again. What you really want are long periods of stability. Because like nobody is going to adopt or use like widespread like any currency that is so unbelievably fucking volatile. Because why would you do that, right? Like, I'm salarying you at 10,000 Bitcoin a month. Now it's 4,000. Now it's 25,000. Like, right? You can't price things. You can't pay things. You can't hold the currency in reserve. Like, yeah, but nobody would actually want that. If you talk to these crypto guys, nobody wants their currency to remain stable for years and years and years, which is what you should want for a currency. They want it to go up and up and up and up and up so that they can make money off of it as speculation vehicles, not as actual like currencies they used to buy stuff.
That's a really good thought. I haven't heard it before. So,
cool. But
Yeah, nobody wants stable.